Hello friends, the National Library of Ayurveda Medicine is pleased to present a new episode on Ayurveda. The present release is part of a video lecture series prepared for the education of Ayurveda literature in accordance with the academic curriculum of Ayurveda studies in India. My name is Dr. Sumit Kesarkar and I will be your host throughout this video that explores Dosha Prakriti, which enables an Ayurveda physician to minutely decode a particular individual and provide optimum health care. Dosha Prakriti is useful in understanding the entire makeup of an individual, what their strengths and weaknesses are, how they respond to different foods or environment, and how best to treat them. Prakriti stands for the prototype representing the basic formative distinction in each manifestation. It denotes a collection of unique attributes taking into account the surroundings, geographical location, etc. Types of Prakriti. These can be classified as one dosha combinations of Vatach, Pittach and Kaphach, two dosha combination of Vata Pitta, Pitta Kapha and Vata Kapha, and three dosha combination of Vat, Pitt and Kapha or Samadoshaj Prakriti, totaling 7 basic Doshaj Prakriti types. Dosha Prakriti has been described in detail in the Ayurveda literature of Charak, Sushruta and Vagbhat. We will evaluate the particulars of each dosha on physical and mental levels to get a proper understanding of each dosha. Physical appearance. Face or forehead. For Vata, the face or forehead is small or irregular. For Pitta, it's medium. And for Kapha, it's large and attractive. The body weight for Vata is lean. For Pitta, it's average, and for Kapha, it's hefty. Vata Prakriti people have a tall body structure, Pitta comparatively medium, while Kapha people are short and stocky. The skin of Vata people is rough with a tendency to darken. Pitta people have smooth copper colored skin with tendency to develop acne or pimples. Kapha people have bright, smooth and attractive skin. Vata people have small, protruding eyes with scanty eyelashes. Pitta people generally have colored iris and have sharp eyelashes. Kapha people have large, attractive eyes with thick eyebrows. Nails. Vata people have rough, dry, irregular, and cracked nails. The nails of Pitta people are glossy and copper colored, while Kapha people have long, white, strong, smooth, and thick nails. Vata people have cracked, irregular teeth which are dull white in color. Pitta people have moderate teeth which are generally yellow and develop plaques, while Kapha people have large, white, attractive, and strong teeth. Lips. The lips of Vata people are dry, thin, discolored with dark tone. Pitta people have glossy, medium, copper colored lips, while Kapha people have thick, full, glossy, and smooth lips. Vata people have short hands, Pitta people comparatively medium, while Kapha people have long hands. Vata people have scanty and irregular body hair. Pitta people, the body hair is moderate and is faintly colored, while Kapha people have plenty thick body hair with a strong tone. Vata people have rough, dry, and irregular scalp hair with a tendency to break. Pitta people have scanty scalp hair and generally suffer from early baldness or premature graying, while Kapha people have plenty thick and glossy hair. The joints of Vata people are prominent on touch and make a cracking noise. Pitta people have flabby joints, while Kapha people have strong, well-defined joints which are compact. Vata people have a thin abdomen. Pitta people have comparatively a median abdomen, while Kapha people have a large abdomen and have a tendency to gain central obesity. Chest. In Vata people, the chest is thin and the ribs are prominent. Pitta people have medium chest, while Kapha people are strong and muscular in the chest area. Tongue. Vata people have a dry tongue with dark spots. For Pitta, the tongue is thin in size and is copper colored, while Kapha people have a clean tongue which is thick in nature. Physical characteristics. Vata people have a weak body strength. Pitta people are moderate when it comes to body strength, while Kapha people are strong. Blood vessels. In Vata people, the blood vessels are prominently seen and are reticulated. Pitta people, the blood vessels are less prominent and have a greenish tinge, while Kapha people, the blood vessels are deep-seated and not visible easily. Body temperature. Vata people are generally cold and have a body temperature less than normal. Pitta people are hot and have a body temperature above normal, while in Kapha people there are no such variations. Pulse. Vata people have an irregular and quick pulse. Pitta people, the pulse is always fast while the volume is less to touch. Kapha people have a slow pulse rate and the pulse is voluminous and very easily felt. Body odor. Vata people generally do not have a body odor. Pitta people have a foul smelling body odor, while in Kapha people the odor is oily in nature. Voice. Vata people have a tendency to speak very fast and sometimes their speech can be irritating. Pitta people have a sharp and commanding voice, while Kapha people have a soft, sweet, and resonating voice. Perspiration. Vata people seldom perspire. In Pitta people, they suffer from excessive perspiration and the sweat has a foul odor. In Kapha people, the perspiration is normal. Walk. Vata people walk very quickly. They generally have swirling moves. In Pitta people, the walking attributes are normal, while Kapha people have a slow and steady walk. Performance of activity. Vata people are very quick in acting. Pitta people are moderate, while Kapha people are stagnant or lazy. Metabolism. The digestive power of Vata people is irregular. Sometimes the food gets digested very quickly, while sometimes it might be very slow. Pitta people have a powerful digestive power, and hence they get hungry pretty soon, while in Kapha people the digestive power is very weak. Ability to bear hunger. Again in Vata, the ability to bear hunger is irregular. Sometimes they can go hungry for days, while sometimes they are unable to bear hunger for even a small period of time. Pitta people have a very poor ability to bear hunger, but in Kapha people the endurance levels is very good. Thirst. Again for Vata, the thirst pattern is irregular. Pitta people get thirsty very often, while Kapha people seldom get thirsty. Quantity of food. Vata people, the intake of food is irregular. Sometimes they can eat large quantities of food, while sometimes only a small quantities would suffice them. Pitta people generally have heavy intake of food, while in Kapha people it's normal. Group of taste desire. Vata people generally like sweet, sour, and salty taste. Pitta people like sweet, bitter, and astringent taste, while Kapha people like pungent, astringent, and bitter taste. Bowel movements. For Vata people, the bowel movements are irregular. Sometimes they have got smooth motions, sometimes they may be constipated, and sometimes they may suffer from loose motions. In Pitta people, the bowel movements are generally loose with semi-solid stools, while in Kapha people, the bowel movements are regular and the stools are well formed. Mental characteristics. Vata people are very fast to grasp knowledge. In Pitta people, the power to grasp is quick but not as quick as compared to Vata, while Kapha people are very slow in grasping things. Memory. For Vata, the memory patterns are irregular. Their short-term memory is generally excellent while the long-term memory is weak. Pitta people have a very powerful memory, while Kapha people the memory is weak, however their long-term memory might be good. Emotions. Vata people generally are wavering. They undergo bouts of extreme happiness or sadness. Pitta people generally get provoked or angry very soon, while Kapha people are calm and attached. Sleep patterns. For Vata people, the sleep patterns are interrupted. They have very less sleep. Pitta people, the sleep patterns are normal, while Kapha people are excessive or deep sleepers. Dreams. Vata people generally dream of flying, climbing, or anything that is related to motion. Pitta people generally dream of violence, while Kapha people dream of bodies of water, romance, romantic places. Sexual desire. For Vata, again the sexual desire is wavering. Sometimes they can suffer from bouts of extreme sexual desires, while sometimes they could go in celibacy for months. In Pitta people, the sexual desire is moderate, while Kapha people have an excessive and deep sexual desire. Talk speech pattern. Vata people are very fast to talk. However, due to that nature, they often stammer and miss words. In Pitta people, the speech pattern is very sharp and provocative, while Kapha people are slow, resonant, and clear in their speech. Excitability and temperament. Vata people are quick, initiative. Pitta people, the excitability or temperament is moderate, while Kapha people are very slow or lethargic to act. Attitude to problems, difficulties. Vata people generally worry a lot and are unstable. Pitta people get angry or provoked very easily when faced with difficulties, while Kapha people are generally slow, steady, and powerful when it comes to facing difficulties. Food desire. Vata people generally like warm food. Pitta people generally like their food cold or at normal temperature, while Kapha people generally like their food on a warmer side. Habits and interests. Vata people generally like to travel a lot. Pitta people are interested in sports and politics, while Kapha people generally tend to relax near the bodies of water and like being amidst flowers and natures. Beliefs. Vata people generally are radical in their beliefs and their beliefs go on changing. Pitta people are goal oriented. These people come across as leaders or fanatics, while Kapha people generally are loyal, constant followers of a particular belief they support. The mind. The mind of Vata person is quick and adaptable to the surroundings. Pitta people generally have a penetrating and critical mind, while Kapha people have a slow and a lethargic mind. Most people will find that they have characteristics from a couple of these categories. It is very rare to find an Eka Prakruti or a person with a predominance of only one dosha like only Vat Prakriti. Most individuals are a combination of two doshas, that is Dvandvaj Prakriti. They possess characteristics of two doshas with different percentages in the combinations. A balanced constitution is ideal and extremely rare, where the balanced state of all the three doshas neutralize the bad or unwanted qualities in each other and support and bring out the good qualities of the others. A person with all the three doshas in equal proportion is called Samadosha or Three Doshaja Prakriti. The evaluation of an individual's Prakriti is very useful in helping him make correct choices with respect to food and lifestyle. Also, the Ayurveda practitioner can provide a more personalized healthcare solution to improve the individual's quality of life. I hope this video was informative and made the subject clear. Comments and feedback are highly appreciated and can leave them by visiting the National Library's website at www.nlam.in or likewise by writing to me at vdsumit@gmail.com. Thank you for watching.